Yeah. All right, here we go. 3.2.1. Measures of center. I think my hypothesis is working. I think I proved my hypothesis. I came up with a hypothesis. I believe that the reason why it was coming up really weird is because it was touching metal. So I think the reason why it kept going crazy on me because the metal was touching that, and so now it's working. So far, so good. Measures of center. So first off, there are two measures of center. The first measure of center is the first measure of center is, or what is one measure of center? Huh? The mean. And the mean is what we refer to as a non-resistant measure. Non-resistant measure. Our other measure of center is median. The median is a resistant measure, of typical. Sorry, I wanted to say of typical. I'm going to put quotation marks around typical. So when we want to ask ourselves, what does the typical person look like? What is a typical number of siblings? What is a typical GPA? What is a typical, whatever the variable that we're measuring, we can ask ourselves, what does a typical look like? And what I'm asking you is, what does the center look like? And so if you want to report it, you want to report the measure of center, which is either the mean or the median. And I can't spell.
Me neither. Yeah, I have bad resistant.
There's ENT at the end.
I put RES. I put A.
Wait, it's resistant.
So what this means is that, so the reason is that the mean, I'm going to put a little star here, the mean is influenced by skewed data as well as outliers. Okay, so the mean is influenced by that, where the median is, well, median is what? Is not. I'm going to put in parentheses, I'm going to put much. It could get somewhat, but not much. Okay, it's not influenced much. If the data is perfectly symmetrical, and this is what we got from our do now, if it's perfectly symmetrical, then the mean will what?
Be basically.
No, perfectly. Perfectly symmetrical.
The same.
They are the same. In the scenario where they are perfectly symmetrical, the mean and the median are the same. Yes.
So there's a possibility that we say cross similarity.
Yes. Yes. But if it is symmetrical, and I'm going to put this in quotation marks, which means it is somewhat, so it means that it is approximately, okay? In this scenario, the mean is about. Now notice the symbol I just used. What symbol is that? Does anybody remember what that symbol is from their math class? About. Also approximately. They are about the same. Okay, and in some math, they might turn out to be exactly the same value, but we just want to be careful. We cover all our bases. Most times you're going to get something like 6.9 and 6.7. In that case, are those two numbers about the same? Most times there are. Okay. So there's that. Skewed left. If the data that we have is skewed left, like that, then where does the median or where is the median going to be? Where is the median going to be? Does anybody know where the median is?
Oh, yeah, right there, the lower side.
It's going to be right around that peak. That's where the median is going to lie. Around there. It's going to be around where the peak is. Where that singular peak is, where the cluster is. The median will be right around there, probably a little bit to the left. And where will the mean be? The mean will be to the left. I'm a little exaggerating here. Right here. The way you could think about it is that the mean is more of a balancing point. Where does it balance? All right. If it was like something that was like weighted, where is it balanced? The mean is going to be over a little bit to the left of the median. So when it's skewed left, the mean is what? The mean is smaller, less than the median. Mean is to the left of the median. So when we know we're dealing with something that's skewed left, this happens. I'm going to put a little bit of an outlier here too as well. Low outliers move mean to left as well. It's a little secondary. So what happens if you have something that's symmetrical but with a low outlier? Symmetrical, it looks symmetrical, but then there's one little point hanging off to the left. It's going to pull the mean down. So the mean will still be to the left. Even though it's symmetrical, if there's still like one little outlier out there, that's just one low outlier, then it's going to be less. Now, it does get tricky. What happens if it's skewed left, but there's a high outlier? What do you think is going to happen? Skewed left, but there's a high outlier. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to we don't really know. It might cancel each other out. The left skewedness is bringing the mean down. The high outlier is bringing the mean up. But it could be about the same. It could be the skewedness could be overpowering the outlier. The outlier could be overpowering. We don't know which one is winning the battle. But when they both are, if it's skewed left and a low outlier, we just know the median is going to be less. The median, yes, and we can put that in words as you just said. The mean is to the right of the median. So in this image, the median will be right around here, okay, while the mean will be a little bit over here. The mean will be over here. All right, last little part of the notes. Oh, also same thing. Sorry, add a little this, and then one more last piece. High outliers move the mean to the right of median. So here comes the $1 million question. Which one is better to use? Should we use the median or should we use the mean to talk about what is somebody that's typical? Which one is the right one?
The mean.
The mean could be the right one. The median could be the right one. It matters on the graph, the distribution. It matters on what is this called? No, but what is that defining? What was yesterday's lesson on? Shape. So, here's the last part of our notes. When the data is symmetrical, so if we have symmetrical data, symmetrical with no outliers, then the mean is more, the mean is appropriate for center. And typically, because wait a minute, if it's symmetrical, what do we know about the mean and median? They're going to be about the same when it's symmetrical. So I'm saying to use the mean, but you can also use you can use both. But the reason why the mean is more appropriate, notice I use this word appropriate, it's because the mean is, it has more math, there's more power. The mean is a more powerful term for us. So if we can use the word mean, we want to use the word mean. Does that make sense? So if I had the option between mean and median, if they're both appropriate, or they're both okay to use, they're both about the same, choose the mean. And as we will learn next unit, in unit 4, term 2, we're going to do mean. You're going to get tired of the word mean because it's like every single assignment for like the whole entire unit is going to use the word mean. And it's also going to use another word that we're going to learn next week called standard deviation. Okay? If the data is skewed, or has outliers, then what? You can probably just guess what its answer is going to be, and it's the right answer. What is it? No. The median is appropriate. For center. And basically what this says is that the mean is not appropriate here. Now, in the real world, in the outside world, many people report the mean. Some people report the mean as center, as typical, and some people report the median as typical. And they both use the word for typical. What is another word for typical that people use in the real world? Usually, it's a mathematical word. It's a mathematical word that's very similar to when I ask you to calculate the mean. You use in your average. They'll say average. And when some people say average, sometimes they're referring to the mean, and sometimes they're referring to the median. And this happens in the real world, people. And what they report is going to be what? Whatever they feel is better to tell their story. They have an agenda in the real world. They don't use the most appropriate measure. They're going to report the mean if it fits their agenda, even if the mean is not the appropriate measure to use. For example, the average, it isn't happening right here, but I could say the average salary for the students in this classroom is about $15,000. Okay? The average student in here makes about $15,000 a year. Now, that's the mean. Why? The median salary in here is probably like $500. The median salary in here is about $500. Now, why do we get two different answers here? Why is one $15,000 and one is $500? Most people in this room, what? don't work or do little side jobs. They don't make much money at all. Most of you do not actually have any, they don't work, right? Most. But I'm in this room. I'm an outlier in terms of salary. And then there are other students in here that have almost full-time jobs. They're skewing the data to the right. So if I graphed all of your income for the year, how much money you guys make in a year, I can see in my mind, it's going to be skewed to the right, and I'm going to be out here being a high outlier. And so what that's going to do is it's going to make the mean a lot higher, and it's going to make it look like you as students make a lot more money than you do. If I put a billionaire into this room, and then I ask the same question, and we go, oh, there's a billionaire in here. The average income is 1.2 million. You'd be like, no, we're not. I don't make $1 million. I don't even come close to that. Because there's one person in that room, they bring up the mean so high, and it makes it look like that. The last thing I'll say before I'll just let you go is, man, it did take us a lot longer. There's a lot of contracts. So as a teacher, we have things called how many sick days we can have as teachers and stuff like that. And there was an argument that was occurring between the union and the district. And the union said that the average teacher is out about 10 days a year. That's what the district was saying. The union, the teacher said, no. The average is around like 3 days a year. And what was happening is that the district was reporting the mean. Because there are teachers who are out like half the year, right? The teacher that's always out, there's only a few teachers that didn't even come into the entire year. So the mean absences is really, really high, whereas the median is not. We do the same thing with you as students as well. Should I report the mean or should I report the median? The median is better typical. That's what I have for you.